Hey friends, welcome to my backyard. I've been thinking about you all this morning, and part of the gig of having this community involves me getting a lot of DMs and emails from people asking me about my life, my story, because if you know a little bit about my life and my story, you know that I ended up having to sell my practice because, long story short, I just wasn't taking proper care of myself. So people DM me and email me and ask me questions, ask me for advice, ask me for my thoughts on things. And I've just been thinking about transformation today because I'm actually doing this like clean eating workout thing with some ladies, and it's hard. But transformation is hard. People are tired, they're burnout. They are tired of looking this way. In dentistry in this community, sometimes some of you are burnout. You're tired of living this way, and the way your career is going is not how you thought it would go. It's not how you planned for it to go, and you want it to be different. So I just want to encourage you today that if you are feeling that way, obviously the first step is to ask for help, and that's what the people who DM me and email me are doing, right? They're reaching out, asking for help, and so kudos to you for doing that. And the next thing is, if you're going to ask for help, you kind of have to mean it. Like, be a good student, be a good mentee. It doesn't matter how good your mentors are, your teachers are, your coaches, your business coaches, your life coaches. It doesn't matter how great they are if you're not a receptive student, right? If you're not a good student. Now, I've had some coaching and training in my career and in my lifetime, so I get that it's hard sometimes to take what people are saying and listen and follow advice, and a lot of times it doesn't feel like it's going to suit your life or your practice, or we can't do it in my practice because in my community this or that, right? I get those thoughts. I get it. But what I'm trying to say is, if you really mean it, if you really are tired of living the way you're living or the way your practice is going or feeling burnout, all of that, then you will find a way. There will always be obstacles or challenges or things that maybe you can't do in your life or in your practice for whatever reason. But if you really mean it, if you really want the transformation, you will find a way, right? So if you really want things to change, you either find a way or you don't. And if you don't, then you don't really mean it, right? Because your pain point, your pain level is not bad enough for you to really want to change. Because if you want to change, you will find a way. Otherwise, you find an excuse for why it's not going to work, right? And so then the other thing I wanted to encourage you today is to not give up on yourself. When you are committed to asking for help and then becoming who you have to become to be a good student, to be a good mentee, to be a good to advocate for yourself, don't give up on yourself, because it does get hard. It gets hard because you've been thinking a certain way and doing things a certain way for a long time, right? But clearly it's not working for you, because if it was, you wouldn't be burnt out or in the position that you're in. So when it gets hard, don't give up on yourself, right? And remember that your teachers, coaches, mentors, they're not offering this advice for themselves. They're giving it to you to help you. So don't give up on yourself. Following through, doing the work only benefits you. And sometimes that hurts. Sometimes it hurts in terms of muscle aches and pains like I'm going through right now in this program. But sometimes it hurts mentally. Sometimes it hurts your heart to realize, like, oh yeah, I haven't been managing this well on my own. And yes, I do need help. And yeah, maybe I do need to change this or fix this or whatnot. So, if you decide you want to live a better life and you want to have a better practice or a more peaceful practice, a more, feeling like you're at ease at work, or having just more quality of life. I mean, what's the point of working so hard in dentistry if you can't enjoy the fruits of your labor, right? So if you do decide that it's time to make a change, then I'm going to encourage you to ask for help, but to also be a good student, right? And be receptive and open to learning whatever people offer to you, because it's only going to benefit you, right? So I guess the bottom line is that the key to transformation is yourself. It's yourself. You may not have the tools, you may not have the roadmap, the guides, you may not even have the time to figure all that out, and that's why you hire coaches and teachers and whatnot, right? They will give you the tools, they'll give you what you need to know, but they can't transform you for you. You have to do the transformation. So the key to transformation is you. All right, so be pondering that this week, over the next several days. I'd love to hear your thoughts on that. All right, take care. Peace.